In this video I will do my final team for game week 16. Game week 16 you were allowed to do 5 free transfers. At the end I made 4 free transfers. I kept my goalkeeper, Raya. There's no reason to get Raya out of my team. The goalkeeper from Arsenal. He's doing very well, there's no reason to get him out. I made 2 transfers with the defenders. I get Chalaba in from Chelsea and I get Aurelian from Manchester City. But I was thinking about it. I want to have 5 defenders from 5 different teams, all playing for a team with a very strong defense. So Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. These are the teams with probably, which I think Senesi is doing very well as a defender. So 5 top defenders from 5 teams with very good defensive numbers. So I think that's, and I did that, so just have 5 good defenders. The advantage is I can always play, if I want, with 5 defenders. If you look at sometimes I look at the fixtures, sometimes I can play with 5 defenders, or 3, or 4. Having 5 top defenders in your team means you can play with 5 defenders, but also 4 or 3. In this game week I play with 3 defenders, because I think that Crystal Palace have a very tough fixture against Manchester City, and also Bournemouth has a bit of a tough fixture against Manchester United away. So that's the reason why I think that I only play with 3 defenders this game week. But I made 2 transfers in defense, Chalaba and O'Reilly. If you look at the midfielders, I made 1 transfer. I get Harry Wilson in from Fulham. And I got Mr. Minte out from Brighton. Minte didn't do too bad, but I think I was a little bit like, I was not either Minte eruit of Kudus. So Minte or Kudus. I was a bit of a toss of a coin, but at the end I got Minte out. He has a very tough fixture too against Liverpool away. I got Wilson in from Fulham, because I think that he's a very good player, and because of the Chukwueze go to the Africa Cup, and also Iwobi, and also Bessie going to the Africa Cup, I think that Wilson surely will start and he will get a lot of playing time. And Wilson is a very good player. He's a right winger and he can score goals. I think, and the fixtures are not too difficult for Fulham, so I got Wilson into my team. And then I kept Kudus, like I said. Kudus is doing so. Not overwhelming, but I kept Kudus into my team. And then obviously Saka, especially with the match against Wolverhampton to come. Foden, who's on fire against difficult match, obviously against Crystal Palace. And I kept Semenyo. Semenyo didn't have a return, I think, in 6-7 weeks, but I like to keep him. He still has a very good goal threat. He's still looking very, very dangerous. So I'm going to play with 5 midfielders this game week. And then 2 forwards, because I get Woltemade out and get Thiago in. And Brentford has some easier fixtures now. And Thiago is also on penalties. And Woltemade is not on penalties from Newcastle United. Thiago is on penalties, like Haaland. And I think that Thiago, and he's very, very good. He already made 10 or 11 goals, I think so. Haaland made 15. Thiago, I think 9 or 10. So I think he's doing very, very well. So, and he is on penalties. And Brentford is very strong at home. And they play 3 matches at home in the 4 matches to come. So I transferred Thiago in. So I play with 3 defenders, 5 midfielders and 2 forwards. On the bench I have Senesi on the bench, Richards on the bench, 2 top defenders. And then Krupe Jr. is a forward, a very cheap forward, 4.5. And then Dubravka, who plays every minute, as a second goalkeeper. I made 4 transfers, which means I had 1 transfer left. But for next week, I think, but I'm not 100% sure, we'll get 2 free transfers. So in game week 17, I can make 2 free transfers, I think. But I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think 2. You always get 1 extra free transfer. So I made some changes to my team. I think that the changes were also I think a little bit necessary, you know. I think that it was good to a little bit of reshuffling of my team. But I think the most important thing is I wanted to have 5 top defenders from 5 different teams. And I think that I can always play with 3, 4 or 5 defenders. So this was the end of the video. I talked about my final team for game week 16. In the next video I will do a review of game week 16. That will normally be done on a Tuesday.